Hey there! Welcome to the third episode of EVE Online Beginnings, where we take a completely new pilot through their first 21 days of EVE Online. My name is Caleb, your modest host, and our star of the show is Raven, who will be finishing up the relevant tutorials today for having fun in EVE. Today we're going to skim past the exploration tutorials over here. Now this is a terrible tutorial set because it's actually very hard to show you what it's like to do exploration without actually doing exploration. Hey there! But it will allow me to teach you some basics on how to probe out some sites where we take a completely new pilot through their first 21 days of EVE Online. My name is Caleb, your modest host, and our star of the show is Raven, who will be finishing up the relevant tutorials today for having fun in EVE. Today we're going to skim past the exploration tutorials over here. Now this is a terrible tutorial set because it's actually very hard to show you what it's like to do exploration without actually doing exploration. But it will allow me to teach you some basics on how to probe out some sites where you can find goodies to earn a few extra space bucks. Then we're going to go do some quick shopping for skill books for whichever books that the tutorials did not give us. Yes, that is space communism at its best. And the last thing we're going to do today is I'm going to take you to your first money-making mission run in the game. I will not be filming the whole thing. I'm sure there's somebody else who's done a walkthrough of it all. I simply want to tell you where to go and maybe hand you some tips out for some of the harder missions in the storyline. But to dumb it down and make it sound like it isn't fun at all, it's basically a series of warp here, shoot that, pick this up, bring it there, warp there, shoot this, bring this back type of missions. So go through it all. You know, they give you a ridiculous amount of ISK for the effort that you have to put in, and it'll take you about 2 days to finish. Unless you're a real hardcore beast about it, then you could probably hammer it out in 1 day. But at this point, I'd like to say that we are still new characters. Raven still doesn't have a lot of the adequate skills to really do anything really effective. So the idea here isn't to outpace yourself. At this point in time, you, the player, is getting more skills than your character, in my case Raven, is for the same amount of time that we're playing. I'm playing a lot faster than Raven can keep up. So you guys are probably similar in this area where you just started the game out, you want to play a lot, and you're learning a lot, but your character just can't keep up with you because your character, you know, this time unfortunately is training in real time. So what you'll have to do, you'll have to slow your pace down. Don't get burned out. Don't worry, you have 21 days to do this. So to just get started, only after a couple of days, you'll have more skills, more availability to modules, more weapon choices, you how to scan for cosmic anomalies. And that's when things start to get a little bit more fun. Now, cosmic anomalies are pretty much found in every single system. Pretty much, a little bit, and it's very easy to spot them. Even in the game, all older EVE players really hate that this is graphic. Kind of the way that, and it shows you these kind of hate the way that this is the way that CCP is presenting it to you. But we really don't have. The green ones are cosmic anomalies, and the red ones are cosmic signatures. So you can actually see visually where these things are. Now it disappears after a while, but fear not. There is a button down here. I believe it's a scanner. And you're gonna pick the probe scanner actually. So hotkey is Alt D, and you have three. You have moon analysis, directional scanner, and probe scanner. We're just gonna focus on probe scanner right now. So all of the actual cosmic anomalies are already not pre-selected, but pre-scanned for you. You don't have to do any work to find them. You can warp to any single one of them. So it's as simple as bringing up your scanner and then warping there. For the sake of our mission, we're just going to warp to one, and there's supposed to be a little bit of a box for us to pick the proof of discovery up. So just pick any of these training sites and go pick up that proof. And that's it. Once you do that, go right back. Alright, so I just went through the second mission to go through the 4 different types of cosmic signatures. And for the most part, we are going to be looking forward to data sites and archaeology sites rather than the other 2 mining sites. So you can look forward to that as we progress later on, because we'll find some good money doing it. So the mission after that is going to require a combat scanner, which you should have picked up in the last mission. So all you're going to do is, well, you don't need any guns for this part. So you can get rid of one gun and maybe put on where's my, oh, it's in my cargo bay. So you're going to put on the probe launcher instead, and then you're going to go ahead and put these probes onto it. Apparently I need to learn astrometrics level 1. That's not good. Well, it looks like they did not give me astrometrics level 1, so we're going to have to go buy it. This is kind of dumb. So to bring up the market, just put Alt R, and you can just type in Astrometrics, or close enough to it, and you'll get it right here. And wow, it's quite costly, but you don't really have much of a choice, so go ahead and buy this book. And we're going to train that to level 1 before proceeding. Alright, I finally have my Core Probe Launcher installed, and I also have my Civilian Data Analyzer and Civilian Relic Analyzer ready to go. So I'm going to go and teach you guys how to probe down a cosmic signature. So what we're going to do first is the first thing you need to do is launch the drones. So just double click anywhere, hit the launch drones part, right? So at this point your drones are launched. I usually stop my ship. And what you can do is put Alt D, once again Alt D to bring up the probe scanners, or you can always go here, click, and then you get a choice. But you're looking for probe scanner basically, so probe scanner. So these are your probes, and how you use them is you need to go to your map. So this is the solar system map, not so much the world map, but the solar system map. And so what you have now, if you zoom out, you'll have this Y formation. So formations is up to yourself. You can always move things around to, pick, where to put things. But when you first start out, there are some pre-made ones. There is the spread formation, which is what you should do to kind of gauge whether or not this place has any cosmic signatures that are worth your time at all. And then once you actually zone in on a specific one, you can go to the pinpoint formation, which I don't know if you notice, if I don't select anything, is a lot more focus. So this is far and wide just to see what's out there, and this is the more focused one once you actually check it out. So when all you really have to do is go to the always start with the pinpoint one just to see what's out there, and then the scan button is right here, so you hit that. Your probes, what's going to happen is they're going to actually warp themselves to these locations and then start a scan. So my scan is going to take about like 8 to 10 seconds. You can actually have skills that decrease the amount of time it takes to scan, so somebody who focuses exactly on scanning will maybe take 5 seconds instead. So here we see a bunch of signatures. Now for the mission, we're looking for a relic site. So these are, a data site, I believe. Let's double check. Yep, we're looking for a data site. So this one's a data site. So all you really have to do is when you select it all, you'll see all these circles and whatnot. So we don't really care about the cosmic anomalies. We only care about the signatures. So these are all the signatures that are out there. And so because of the spread scan, we're able to tell which one's a data, which one's a relic. So we just click on the one, focus on data only. So this is for different specific data sites. So we're going to focus on this one, let's say, since I already had the highest hit chance. Once that's ready, just go with the pinpoint location, right? And put it right on top. Don't forget about the z-axis as well. So, alright, so once you get that, you'll see a circle. Make sure that it's within the circle. So really what this means is that there's a 31% chance that it's within this circle. And so all we're doing is we're focusing our scanning to kind of check to see if it's there. It might not be there. We might have missed. There's only 31% chance. It's not really that, really high. Alright, let's check this out. So now our UST, which is what we're looking for, is not even here. So as you can see, we actually lost it. So now the tedious part is going back to find it again. Oh, I think somebody did it. That's why. Okay. So apparently we are competing with other people as well. So let's be quick about this. So if your sites are disappearing, it's because other people are doing them. All these other newbies you'll see on my overview over there, all the green, those are probably people who are also doing the same quest. So let's try to be quick about this one. MDI. It's always good to remember which ID you're looking for so you kind of don't lose track, because you don't want to accidentally see this one and then go after that one, see that one, go after this one. So just remember we're looking for MDI. Okay, MDI is done. So as you can see, we get 100% hit, so we can just warp there. And then at this time, it's always nice to recall your drones. Don't leave them out there, because if you dock, they will not come with you. So we're going to recover the active drones using the button right here. And then as soon as that's ready, we can also reload it. And then we get out of this this map view, and we're here at our training center site. And read this, okay? Read that, but I'm not going to. Just gonna get rid of this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lock on, because that's what you have to do. I'm gonna approach it, and then I'm gonna use my data analyzer right there within 5,000 meters. So getting close up there. So there's some special ships that can make exploration a little bit easier, and upon finishing these tutorials, I believe you get one of those ships. Alright, so now we're in range. We're gonna go play this mini game now. So this mini game is very simple. You just keep pushing buttons. It's basically luck of the draw. You keep pushing until you find the system core. So what you'll hit is you might hit some firewalls or not. I'm actually having a very there. That's a firewall. So it takes 2 hits to 0 to 20. It takes 2 hits to really get that down to nothing, and I have not a lot. I have maybe 2.5 hits, so I really don't want to. Nope, there's the core. So and when I click once, it's going to use up. See, I used 10 and 10 more. I still have 5 left. But if I were to use one over here, I wouldn't have enough to finish the core, and then I would lose. So once the hack is successful, it's going to drop parts. Maybe not in this one. Well, in the regular in a regular situation. Oh, there it is, actually, right there. You just double click on it, and then your ship will automatically drag that in, and that should be the proof of discovery. There it is. Okay, and now back to base. Very, very simple stuff. And just for the sake of scanning one more time, I'm gonna show you the next one as well, which is basically scan for the other site. This is a data site. We're going to scan for a relic site. It's the exact same thing, but I'm going to show it to you again just so you kind of get it. Alright, now we're ready to scan for a relic site. Once again, you're going to put Alt-D to bring up the probe scanner, and then you're going to go into the map to really see the map, otherwise you can't really scan for it. As mentioned before, we're going to do the spread formation to kind of get an idea of what's going on here, what kind of sites we have. Because right now we don't know which one's a relic site, which one's a data site, so we're looking for a relic site this time. Alright, it's gonna go scan. So once we signal it in, we're gonna use the pinpoint formation. Okay, data, relic. This is the one we're doing. YWL. We're gonna do the pinpoint one. And so we're gonna move this on top of sphere. There it is. So as you can see, it's still all in there. So we're gonna go ahead and scan. Just so you know, you can move each of these individually. As you get better, you can actually make your own formations. These are just the 2 that come standard that the CCP has made for us. You can make your own. Other people have amazing different ways to, you can save it as well. So this relic trace site, as you can see, it's at 94%, so we're not there yet. So what we can do is we can just drag, see how this range is 4AU, we can make it smaller. So all you have to do is really shrink it to 2. So this all shrinks at, basically this all shrinks at the same time. If you want to shrink them separately, you can hold down the shift button and you can shrink one specifically. But in this newbie tutorial, I'm just going to do it all at once. So once again, there's a 94% chance that it's around here. So all I really have to do is really make sure it's centered. Oh, don't forget the Z-axis. Remember, it's the one you click on. So the relic training center is this one. So don't get fooled. Go ahead and move it here. Remember, you can use the left mouse button to kind of pan. Make sure it's at the center, and then go for it. Because there's a 94 chance, I'm pretty sure this next one is going to do it, and then we're going to warp there once we have 100% lock on it. So a lot of these are actually very fun to do. There's a lot of really good sites in HiSec and LowSec. In HiSec, you have to kind of compete with a lot of people, so you might not find as much as LowSec. In LowSec, though, people will come and hunt and try to kill you while you're doing that. So there's your cost-benefit analysis right there. So we're going to cover the active probes, and I'm going to get out this view. And then, of course, I can reload. So yeah, so you can actually go to Lowsec and find some really good ones. Go to Nullsec and find some really good exploration sites. I've known people who basically make enough for a Plex solely on these exploration sites. So that really is the way to do it if you can. And so we're gonna go and do some of that later on after we're done with all this beginning stuff. I know these things are not always the funnest at the moment, but this basically is the last of it. Once you do this and you do the epic arc that I'm going to introduce you to, you should be very well versed in how to move around and what you need to do, and the interacting with the UI and things like that should be done. And we can get to the more of the fun stuff, which is trying to figure out corp to join, trying to figure out how to make money. And I'm going to have videos for all of that. So now that I'm close enough, I'm going to use my data relic analyzer this time. It's the exact same game, very similar at least. It's pretty much the same game. So you go ahead. Oh, there's my first firewall. So as you can see, I have nowhere else to go, so I have to destroy that. So which is really bad for me, because now even if I find a core, which I did, I'm not gonna have enough. Yeah, see, it's not gonna be enough for me. So I'm gonna lose this one. And then when you lose, your ship actually gets damaged a little bit. But I guess this is kind of a newbie thing, so they didn't do it. So let's go. Alright, we're gonna try this again. Again, it's really a luck-based game. I don't really know why CCP did this. So basically, while you're doing this, you're susceptible to attack. So as you can see, my attention is mostly on this mini game right now, making a decision of which one to destroy. Oop, wrong one. Looks like I'm gonna lose again. Yep, that's not gonna work. So while you're busy kind of, trying to beat this puzzle, you're not really focusing on your overview of people coming in to jump you or anywhere else. So this is really where it's kind of fun to hunt other players that are doing this, and fun to also, yay, I win, and fun to also, it's dangerous. So once again, so this one, there's only one thing that pops up, but in all the other ones, there's gonna be like 5 or 10 of them, and then you can't catch them all. So generally, you just have to pick and choose which one you're gonna do. So I'm just gonna return this, and we'll see what's up next. All right, guys, I just did the last career quest there is. I finished all 5 of them. So let me recap to you. I made 4.6 million so far. I've only bought 2 skill books, and I have received this amount of ships. So with the exception of maybe, I even lost my newbie ship. So that's it. These are all ships that I made, and if I were to sell all my ships, I get another 5 mil. That's not too bad. It's about $10 million, 10 million ISK almost. And we could sell the stuff that you don't use, but for now we'll be using these to begin with. So it's a really good cache of ships and actual ISK to start with. Thanks for watching so far. I hope you guys are really liking the series. I wanted to put more in this episode, but didn't want it to go over to the 40-minute mark, so we'll just push that over to the next episode. As always, thumbs up for the video if you found it helpful for you, and always subscribe and leave me a comment. See you next time.